And then you get there and you don't know how to negotiate with them.
It's a lot of work and a lot of headache.
Yeah, you're the one that bought that headache, not me. I don't want you distracted with manufacturing, so don't waste the time. Especially because it's not like we're doing anything super unique here. This is the agreement and they're already redlining, red letters of the law you didn't meet.
Yeah.
I can almost tell almost immediately. We can tell almost immediately, like, you're DOA. Let's just find you another manufacturing place to go or whatever, because
What's that? Dead on arrival? So it's dead.
we're DOA as soon as we walk in. We either need to find you a new place because you've soured this relationship so much.
Yeah.
And I'm not putting it all on the brand. What I'm saying is that the relationship's de-evolved to the point that you can't resuscitate it. Right? So then we sit there and like, okay, we need to find a new manufacturing asset. We need to find somewhere else for you to be, because ultimately what I tell everybody, especially in, like, again, I'll go back to business school or the advising the students and all that. There is an or else, and not enough people contemplate the or else in any argument. I don't care whether you're married or it's a business relationship or whatever. When you make an ultimatum, the part that you're not finishing is the or else, and you're not saying it to yourself and you're not saying it to your partner. Do this or else. Most people say, I want this done now. And nobody contemplates, or else what?
Hey, I just wanted to jump in here and give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's podcast, B Micro, the easiest way to sneak vegetables into any meal. Due to soil depletion, GMOs, and monocropping, Americans are not getting enough nutrients. So in 2018, I founded B Micro, the first freeze-dried microgreens company in the US to help Americans get more concentrated natural nutrients into their diet. Microgreens are a phase in the plant's life when they're 14 days old and naturally the most concentrated in vitamins, minerals, nutrients, all the good things that we need. Our microgreens are grown here in the US in soil and a greenhouse. They're certified USDA organic and regenerative organic. We grow, wash, and freeze dry them to extend their 1 week shelf life to over 1 year, allowing us to ship anywhere in the US without the worry of spoilage. We have 2 flavors, broccoli, backed by over 2,000 studies on sulforaphane and its powerful detox benefits, and a blend of red cabbage, radish, and broccoli, the most potent detox formula we've tested, offering you the most bang for your buck. Easily sneak these microgreens in any meal. Eggs, smoothies, pizza, pasta, even your kids' mac and cheese, you can't even taste it. Use code STEVE15 to save at bmicro.farm.
And so whenever we go into a souring manufacturing brand, whatever, relationship, we'll sit there and go, you do realize that the or else is take me to court. And you do realize that courts of law are not about fair. They're not about emotions. They're not about whether you survive as a brand or not. They are about, are you on the black side of the letters or the white side of the letters? And did they actually do something illegal? Mm-hmm. Yes or no? And the other or part of the or else is that manufacturer has dozens and dozens of clients, which means they have more money than you. And if you get into a court battle, not only is it devoid of moral right and wrong, it also doesn't contemplate whether you have the money to continue to challenge or not.
Yeah.
So if I'm a manufacturer, fine, sue me. I'm just going to survive. I'm just going to outcash you. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to outsurvive you in money, because eventually you won't have the money to make the argument. And if your master service agreement is written wrong, not only can I deprive you of manufacturing your material, I can keep you from going somewhere else legally.
Oh, wow.
So now you've got to fight me with whatever money you have. And if I decide not to run you anymore, now you have to do it with no income. Mm-hmm. Who do you think's going to win?
Yeah.
So that's part of what we like as we get into, a lot of different scenarios and situations. It's like, you got to learn to love the one you're with, if that's what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. But sign your MSAs, jam them in a drawer, learn to work together, and stop being the person that only calls me when something bad happens, because then I won't answer your call. Mm-hmm. And now I'm less likely to do you a favor if I'm the manufacturer. Mm-hmm. Right? So it's part of the advice that we give as people are thinking about manufacturing. Do I own my own? Do I go somewhere? Like, it's all song and dance.
Yeah. Share more on that. How do you help people think about self-manufacturing versus going to a co-packer and having somebody else manufacture the product?
I always tell everybody, especially post-COVID, because I do diligence for a couple of private equity firms, and I, go review the manufacturing assets, whether they're co-packed or manufacturing their own. The one thing that is abundantly clear is that if it's a standardized process, bread making, chips, popcorn, if it's something that's bars, if it's something regularly that you can go out and not have to specialty form a line, most of your venture money or whoever your investor money is going to say, I don't want you to own an asset, right? It's a distraction, right? The second you take money, especially as a brand, is the second that most PEs and all that look at you as the sales and marketing person. Nobody's going to sell this brand better than you. Mm-hmm. I don't want you distracted with manufacturing, so don't waste the time, especially because it's not like we're doing anything super unique here, right? It's another cookie. Yep. You're just a variation on a formula. I don't want you owning the asset. And realistically, when you go through valuation and you go through, let's say you're looking at an exit or you're looking at a Series C, you get that far, you're looking at a Series C. Most of them will deduct the manufacturing assets from the transaction because they don't want to own it. They'll be like, no, I don't want to own it. Like, you're the one that bought that.
It's a lot of work and a lot of headache.
Yeah, you're the one that bought that headache, not me. I'm investing in the brand, not that. Yeah. So it just depends. And so what I tell people, should I be co-packed? Probably 9 times out of 10. There is always that unicorn that comes along that took a specialty piece of equipment, or it took modifying an existing piece of equipment and engineering that went into it to the point that it makes it a unique prospect. Meaning that so you can kind of shield yourself in the category because I have this unique process and nobody can get this other than me. And so if you have a unique scenario, I tell people, okay, maybe if it's not 1 or 2 pieces of equipment, okay, yeah, maybe you think about building your own manufacturing plant. But if it's me taking a bar line or just a standardized line and me pushing one piece of equipment out of the way and putting this one in its place, probably just co-pack it. Because you can do things around protecting that asset and first right of refusal and only you get to run on it or things like that. Like, especially if you paid for the engineering, there are things that you can do contractually to say you can't use that without my permission. And before anybody gets online and says, well, you just said, they'd win in a court of law or whatever. It's like, yeah, but you can put hours monitors on it. You can put you can put transponders on it that tell you when the machine's running. So you'll know in real time, like, hey, you can call them like, hey, why is my piece of equipment running today? And if the answer isn't, I'm washing it, then my immediate question is, what are you doing with it then? Because my line shouldn't be running today, or my piece of equipment shouldn't be running today. So there are things you can do to like safeguard it as much as you can. But generally it is it unique in its process or not? If it's not unique in its process, go find the asset that does it. Because now you're just wasting your money and your time.
A lot of time. I used to self-manufacture. I was spending 40, 60 hours a week making it myself. And now all I do is marketing.
Yep. And that's ultimately the headache because it's good, right? In the sense that I'm employing people, but it's also bad in the sense that I'm employing people and I'm paying for a building that I have to pay all 24/7 hours of it.
And these machines break and I got to be here all the time. And if people don't show up, then I've got to be there. And I'm like tied to this location.
Correct. And it makes your sales cycles harder. So now, do I pay a broker? Do I pay a salesperson? Do I bring it in-house? There's other things that go into it. Now, again, but I could say going into co-manufacturing, same thing. There are dirty people in co-manufacturing and people that will do you wrong. And, so there's other headaches that come with that. So that's where we always say when you're looking at co-manufacturing, look at it like you're getting married. You wouldn't go visit them once and say, hey, yeah, time to hitch wagons. You'd see them 2 or 3 times. You'd do obviously you'd see them more than that, but in this instance, right? You go see them more than once. If they're a 24/7 operation, visit noon and visit at midnight. Is it the same place, one versus the other? You'd be surprised how many places we go and we'll do like a continuous improvement project at a site. And the numbers that will come out of second and third shift, but first shift falls down. And the first thing they'll say is, well, how come first shift can't get it together? It's like, it's easy. The managers are here. Everybody, a lot of chiefs here that want to have their input on everything. So yeah, you got starts and stops on this line during first shift because nobody can just leave them alone. Everybody has an axe to grind or wants to tell them about how to run the plant. So, there's a lot of that we walk into CI and people are like, yeah, second and third shift are tops. Not sure why first falls down. Like, I can tell you. Too much input.
What do they say? Too many chiefs in the kitchen.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Too many cooks in the kitchen. Yeah.
Too many cooks in the kitchen. And so, that's the part where, again, build that relationship, understanding that you have a good rapport. Like, I know that there's competing software programs against us now for co-man sourcing and all that. But I tell them all the same thing, which is that they can't outcompete me in understanding what I'm looking at, right? A lot of those platforms, they take money for the manufacturer to get on. They take money from the brand on the other side. But then you sit there and look at it and go, that system doesn't tell you in real time what these assets can or cannot do. It just says, like AI, the manufacturer feeds it information. But how consistently does it feed the data? And how do you know that that's what they have line time for now, right? You're constantly chasing anyways. And then you get there and you don't know how to negotiate with them. You don't know what to ask them when it comes to MOQs or to run rates or to expansion plans. You just, I found it. They hit my toll target. Time to move on with life. Like, great. Was it turnkey, partial turnkey, tolling? Which one was it? Oh, I get this one price. Great. What was in the one price? What'd you get out of it? Well, I don't know. It's like, right, because you didn't ask the question. And guess what? Those systems didn't ask that question either.